Oh.
There you go.
Hey.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of MooseCast.
Mm-hmm.
I am your one and only Cindy.
Oh.
And I am Josie.
Yes. And it's Friday once again. So
TG.
it's been quite a productive day, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
on the media side.
Yeah.
So, but we have a special guest with us today.
It's Friday. Words
It's
are
Friday.
hard.
I'm ready for the weekend. We have a special guest today from our, is it operations?
I'm in
department?
special projects.
Oh, special projects.
Yeah.
But anyways, Steve.
Yeah.
Steve, everyone.
Snappies.
Snaps for Steve.
Yeah.
Yes.
So tell the peeps who you are, what you do.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you do here on Moose?
Yeah.
I'm Steve. And
Period. The end.
I'm in charge of special projects, which the fleet and like all the buildings and stuff fall underneath special projects, and MooseVision falls underneath special projects.
What is MooseVision?
MooseVision. Oh, I love to talk
What
about
a great
MooseVision.
question.
Yeah, this is a great question. Yeah. So MooseVision is an LED truck. So it's like a mobile billboard truck. And we solicit for ads and advertisement for people on and we can do it in places that there's no billboards.
Mm-hmm.
So we can drive around, and so we kind of got I was asking Pat, like, hey, what are we doing with that truck out there? And he's like, that's a great question. Actually, it's what are you doing with that truck out there? And so I kind of got thrown into it.
As one does.
Yep. And I don't like to fail at things, so we've been really just pushing, and we finally got it on its feet, and we're making money, and people are knowing that we're out there now, so that's nice.
Good
So
job.
I actually enjoy MooseVision. So
It's like your baby.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like my baby. Yeah.
Yeah. Building it from scratch.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
not the truck, but, you know.
Yeah.
the
But everything else. Yeah. We
Steve's
bought
out
the
in the
truck, but yeah.
Yeah. How did you end up at Moose? Because I
Yeah.
know when we were told of you coming in,
Yes.
we were given a special mission.
Oh.
Yeah, we were like, this guy, Steve,
Mm-hmm.
is coming in, has no clue of the real world.
No.
Of the real world.
All he knows is military.
Yes.
Right? And, you know, his name was Steve.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Dalton asked us to make something for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So how did you end up here?
Okay, so I did 24 years in the military. So I
That's
pretty
how old I
much-
am.
Really?
So since I was born.
Yeah.
Just throwing
Yeah,
it
I
out.
just
Sorry, I
got
did not
old.
mean to
I just
age
got
Steve
old.
like that.
I just got old real quick. Yeah. Yeah. So I can
Sorry,
start
Steve.
at the beginning. I was a young boy that grew up next to an Indian reservation, and I'm part of that reservation, the Lakota Sioux Reservation, Pine Ridge. And pretty much from there, I went to school, and my parents got divorced when I was pretty young. I finished high school in Elwood, Nebraska. And it's
Never
over
heard of
by Lexington.
Oh, I've heard of
Oh.
Lexington.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's over by Lexington, a little town over there. So I finished in Elwood. It was a small town. There's 50, 30, 40 kids in my class, something around there. So I still keep in contact with quite a few of them. I did the old duffel bag drag instead of going to college, and I didn't really. I wanted to go wrestle at Kearney, and long story short, I drug my bag into the Army. So I've attempted college a couple times. I'm like 7 hours away from having a bachelor's degree. So
That's still an accomplishment, though.
yeah,
I'd say so.
yeah. I guess it is. It was one of them failure points that I. But I'm someday I'll just step up and finish the degree and get it. But I even tried culinary art school for a little while.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Yeah, I really like to cook, but they got into the first couple months. They were talking about like how the breakdown of particles inside food and stuff, and it got crazy.
Oh, like
and-
food science.
Yeah. So, and I was like, man, I just want to learn how to cook brownies here, you know? Like,
Yeah.
so it got a little bit, and so then I was like, well, I'll just go back to the real world, and so.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I drug my bag into the Army, and 5 days after I set into MEPS, I went straight to basic training. It was July of
2001.
1.
Oh.
Yeah, 2001, July of 2001. And it wasn't there was no war really going on during that time or anything, but I spent about 50 days waiting to get into basic training. So we were very full at that time. There's a place called 30th AG. It was like your holdover from the time that you get there to go to basic training. And so I was there for about 51 days, which I think 30 days is like the normal during that time. Now it's like they won't keep you over 15 days.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. So from there, I went through basic training, and I was in the 101st Airborne, the old Screaming Eagles in Fort Campbell, Kentucky. I got there in like the November time frame. No, December. I'm sorry, December, because everybody was home on Christmas leave at the time, and my very first team leader, Plus Cash was his name, old Sergeant PK, he showed up and was like, hey, nobody's here, but you'll still show up for formation, and then we'll release you every day. So, I mean, it was like pretty much my first Christmas away from home, you know? And I just had a barracks room, and I just polished boots and pressed uniforms and started my day down there. And I was like, I'm from a small town, so I didn't want to go driving around because I was afraid I was going to get lost. I hate to say this, but it's before GPSs. So you could
now
get lost.
We're really aging
No.
Steve.
Yeah.
Pulling out the paper.
Oh, yes. I had a big map. That's how I literally drove from Nebraska all the way to Fort Campbell, Kentucky. I just had an old map that I just drew out with one of my buddy's dads was a truck driver. And so he drew it all out for me. He's like, hey, Kansas City and St. Louis are going to be your tough 2 spots. They're just kind of a pain to get through and stuff. And I'd never seen webs of roads in my life, you know? And you get to St. Louis and there's just webs everywhere. And I'm like I had like a 93 GMC with big tires, so I could go hunting in the country with it. And I'm just cruising along. It was a stick shift, you know, people are honking, swerving. I'm like,
goodness.
I'm just going.
That's crazy. I cannot imagine. I miss exits with a GPS.
Oh.
So like using a map, like.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever on that trip? Did you miss a? Like,
I
a
was
sign
so scared when it would come. Like I wrote down every single exit I needed to take that it comes, so I could just follow them, just like what they print out for you. So with him, like luckily with like working with the truck driver. Old Bob Von Lowe was his name, and I was like, Bob was like, he was this gruff, big, mean old man, and he's like, oh, just right, you know, you'll be fine, you know.
Yeah.
So there was cell phones then, but they weren't even to flip phones yet, you know. So there was no texting. You could be like to try to text, you'd be like 111, 333, 4, you know, to get it, but
different age of time.
Yeah, it was definitely like now looking back on it, it was quite wild, you know. But
it's crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't think of missing any exits. And then I had a girlfriend that was in Lincoln, so I would every 4 day, the active duty has a lot of 4 days, so you would get off on like Thursday and have to report back on Tuesday. And so I would drive, it's like 765 miles. I would drive on Thursday night. You know, don't tell Plus Cash because he would be mad.
If you're watching this, don't be mad.
Yeah, don't be angry. Yeah, because you're not supposed to leave within like 100 miles, or you'd have to get a certain like to release you for that. But I'd drive all the way back, and then I'd stay for the weekend. She was going to school at UNL, and then I'd drive all the way home or back to. And so I tried out for a sniper section as it like literally probably by January. And it was a pretty extensive tryout, and I made it into the snipers, the scouts and the snipers, and and went through a sniper course called SODIC, Special Operations Target Interdiction course in 2002, and went to combat in 2003.
Yeah, Alexis was telling us how good you are with a gun and that you like compete.
Yeah, I competed for like 15 years, 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you win any awards? or
Yeah, I've
anything?
won lots of awards. Yeah,
Wow.
state and national awards. And
So
Yeah.
what's that like? Like-
I think it's a lot of dedication to anything you do, you know,
Mhm.
anything that, I think that's what I was always talking about. Like I always strive to do the best I can at things, but
Mhm.
it's almost like it messes with my mind because I see something that I got to get done and then I just keep going for it. But I grew up as a hunter and a
Mhm.
shooter, and my dad was a sniper as a police officer, and my uncle actually was one of the ones that kind of gave me opportunity to do a lot of shooting. So I started shooting and seeing snipers, like military snipers, when I was like 14 years old. So I
Wow.
started competing at that time when I was a kid. When my uncle just threw me a uniform and I would just go out and shoot with like real military snipers, you know?
Wow.
Mhm.
That's
And
crazy.
guys that like served as snipers in Panama and Grenada and stuff like
Wow.
that, like true snipers. So
Mhm.
I see these legends, you know, and then I was around them, and well, in the end, like like my father's one of the best shots I'd ever seen in my life. Even today, he still can do stuff I've
Mhm.
never. You couldn't imagine somebody else. He can range estimate and stuff where he doesn't have to have like binos or anything. He could just tell you like, oh, that's probably about 400 yards, and he'll be like within 10 yards of it. So it's kind of
Wow.
crazy. But yeah, so I grew up around all
Mhm.
the shooting and everything for a long time, and then I started on the team and I started competing, and then I won. Yeah, I have so many trophies. I have a lot. I'm not gonna.
Not
That's
to
not even a
brag,
lie. I
but,
have
like-
a ton of trophies.
Right.
Like it's a crazy.
You should have
amount.
brought one of them to
I
put
should've.
next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have. Well, next time I'll bring it next time. Okay.
Okay. What's your like most award you're like the most proud of?
Yeah.
Man, that's a tough. Okay, I got one actually. So I got called. I'm a command sergeant major of an infantry, an airborne infantry battalion, and they started a match called the Chris Horton Cup, and Chris Horton was a guy that was from Oklahoma that died in the rotation right after I was in Afghanistan in 2011. And so Oklahoma took over for us, and then this kid dies in there. And so in 2019, Chris Horton, they put a cup on called the Chris Horton Cup, and they bring snipers from everywhere. There is SEALs and Ranger Bat and all these different organizations that bring snipers down. And I'm like this old man that hasn't been in a ghillie suit or done sniper operations since 2005 and 6, sorry, 2007. So I'm like, I'm out of the game for
Yeah.
a long time, And so this young kid I trained to be a ranger and everything, he's actually a special forces guy now. Kurt Rue, shout out to Kurt Rue. But
Shout out Kurt Rue.
yeah,
Kurt Rue.
but he's a special forces guy now. But him and I competed in this against some very high level guys, and we ended up winning it.
Wow.
So for me, it was a pretty big deal. And then of course COVID happens, and the year later they put it on again, and then a guy by the name of Phil Merlino, another guy I coached, we won it again.
Yeah.
So as an old man, I could still compete, So that was like that was prideful for me to be able to go in and actually compete against these younger,
Yeah. That's
I'm
crazy.
sure some of them looked up to you though.
Yeah, well, last year they gave me a big award for saying like that there's a lot of, guys out there that like to say like, oh, hey, we support this and that, but they said that they'd never had like a command sergeant major, actually come back and compete and beat these guys. They're out there. I know they are. There's some studs that are
Right.
out there that could go back and do that. So
That's crazy.
yeah.
Well, since you were talking about growing up hunting,
Yes.
do you have any like funny stories or like when you were young growing up?
Oh,
like,
yes, I have a great one. My dad loves to tell this story. It's his number one story to go to. I think I've heard it 30 times. I'll tell you how he tells it, and then I'll tell you the truth, okay? So as a native, stories are a big thing.
Okay.
Like we love to tell stories, and sometimes stories get a little out of control when it comes to stuff, right?
Just a
The
little
truth is there, but it's somewhere mixed up. So
Just add some spice to it.
yeah. So when I was 14 years old, that was the very first time you could deer hunt at 14. But that year they changed it so you could be 12. So my brother Tim and I could hunt on the same year because he was younger than me. So he was 12, I was 14, and we could hunt that year together. Well, my dad, it was super cold that November. It was crazy cold. And we had this, my dad hunted with my brother, and then he left me on my own. And so I went out, and he's like, hey, just sit here. We'll push this brush line, and the deer will come by you and stuff. Well, I remember it was like Christmas for me. Like, I couldn't sleep all night. So excited, you know, about deer hunting. Like, I'd watch my dad do it and everything. So all night I couldn't sleep. So I get out there and it's freezing, you know, and like bundle up next to this tree and I fall asleep. Yeah. Well, my dad walks by and he had these little radios that he had set. He gave me just in case I went out and got lost or something. He comes by and sees that all the deer tracks around me and no shots happened and I was asleep. So he took my gun. Yeah. And then he walked off into the forest with my little brother and he shot a round off and then yelled on the radio that, hey, Steve, there's a big deer coming your way. And he said I jumped up and was like John Belushi in Animal House where he's like jumping around like couldn't find my gun anywhere. I was like, and then Dad said he heard like, he got on the radio and was like, Steve, did you see it? And he's like, it was like you were crying. He's like, you were like, I can't find my gun.
Oh no.
And then I could hear him laughing in the bushes.
So then you knew you were set up?
Yeah, it was terrible. Stealing a man's gun is a terrible thing to do. And tell him there's a big deer on his first year deer hunting?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What kind of sicko would do that?
Yeah.
Right.
Guess
My
that's what you
father.
get for falling asleep, though.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Did you ever fall asleep again?
No,
after that?
never. Yeah, thank goodness, you know? I made
You
it
learned
through.
the hard
I
way.
mean, that was the shock that kept me alive and awake in combat, you know? Afraid my
Yeah.
dad's going to creep up and steal my gun, you know?
Yeah.
So,
It's crazy.
yeah.
It's funny hearing like all these stories of like Steve in the military and stuff because I feel like me and Cindy are like, I feel like Steve's such this softy. Like I can't
Yeah,
see
he's a
him, like-
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's, oh man. No.
But then we hear
Yeah.
other stories.
Yeah, people are going to hear, people are going to hear this and be like, you have no idea.
Right. That's what
We just see
Alexis
some-
was saying too.
Yeah.
We just see the side of Steve where he lets me record him mopping the floor
Yeah.
for a TikTok.
Yeah.
That's the
that
side
is-
of Steve that
yeah.
we see,
Yeah.
in my defense.
But
I have
to
no
every-
shame
Yeah.
when it comes to that. Yeah.
But to everyone else, you were like a hard ass.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
That's actually what Alexis said.
Yeah. He would,
Quote.
like one thing he would describe you was
Yeah.
a hard ass.
No, I lived by a very rigid regiment of I thought that discipline would carry you through everything in life. Actually, I think that. That would be past tense. I think that discipline will carry you through. So I ensured my men and women later on were very disciplined when it come to things, and discipline in how they thought of themselves, how they performed, everything they did. And if I caught them outside of that lineup, I was that guy that sat in your head that was like, don't eat that, get up and run, you know? Like I was that to them, you know? Like I pushed myself hard. I showed up every day and I went to work, you know, and I expected that from everybody around me. And it's not an easy feat when you do that. And when you sit at the top, it's lonely at the top. So my goal was to make sure that I instilled pride in every single one of them. And sometimes they wouldn't take it that way, you know? Sometimes they would be like, oh, you're picking on me or something, you know? But really, I just gave a shit, you know? I didn't want to see... Combat on infantry guys is very hard in a lot of ways, so...
Tough love.
Yeah, it was tough love.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Sometimes you got to do that though.
Right.
For the better of them.
Right.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a leader that would ever ask somebody to do something that I couldn't do myself. When I walked out of the military, when I retired, I had a Sergeant Major's Cup, it was called, and it was the highest PT and the highest shooting score for the entire year that would be wrapped up into one. You know, so if you could shoot, and then were two of the three things you have to be able to do. You have to have communications as a good infantryman, you have to be able to shoot, and you have to be able to fight onto the battlefield, you know? And so physical fitness, shooting, and being able to run a radio. Can't really check and block a radio, you can, but it's difficult, you know? So I just would take their PT scores and their shooting scores and then put that all in the system. Well, in the battalion of men, there's 711 men in 2 different states. I was overall the number 1 for physically fit and best shot, you know? And I would never allow that to happen if I was a Joe, you know, to let some old ass sergeant major beat me. Like there's no chance in hell, you know?
So was that kind of where your like thing for fitness came from too, was being in the military and like being disciplined in that way?
Yeah, I'll tell you the story. So I'm in combat in 2003, and my sniper partner, Jesse Neek, shout out to Jesse.
Shout out Jesse Neek.
Yeah. And Jesse, and Jesse, we were doing these missions, and we were coming in with a helicopter, and we went to land down, and we thought we took fire, but really what happened was like when we come in, we hit the first cloud and it jolted the helicopter, and we thought we'd touched the ground. So we open up and Jesse bails out. Well, we were like 50, 60 feet above the ground still.
Oh, wow.
So he smacks the ground and blows himself apart, like his legs and arms and hips and everything. So the helicopter picks off and goes over to another spot and lands. And I pick up Jesse and try to carry him back in. He's would come in and out of consciousness, like scream and all this stuff. And I get him like halfway there, and my legs were so heavy and everything. And my sniper partner, Drew Albers is his name, and Drew like jumped in and helped me get Jesse the rest of the way. And I told myself at that point in time that would never happen again to me. Like I would always be, and everybody around me would be physically fit enough to be able to carry their buddies out, so that if we had taken fire at that time, we could have defended ourselves. So I think that was the shock and awe point in my life that I was like, dang, I got to change
like
this.
set things off, like I
gotta
better.
do these things. And in that time frame, there was no gyms or anything like that. We were going from one blown building to the next. I mean, we fought from, you know, one side, the south side of Iraq, to the north side. I went from Anajef to Mosul, you know, so it was a long fight all the way up through there. And I mean, you were eating MREs, and they were blowing up trucks and mail, and you were in firefights a lot. So it was just constant. So it wasn't like, oh, hey, let's just get a gym. It'd be like, hey, we'll fill up the sandbag and pick it up a few times. But
so it was kind of like DIY.
Like
shift. You bet. And
tools.
if you had that, because you might be on like a 72-hour mission that you're just in 130-degree heat, you know, so you might just be burned out all the time. But I told myself I would never ever let that happen again, you know.
Building up that stamina.
To make sure that I could carry anybody out or do anything I needed to.
So then do you like what areas on your body do you really like heavily focus on?
I think I mean, I think I focus more on my mind than anything else, because that's like the most fragile part of your body, to be able to be like, you know, I'm one of them guys that when I tell myself I'm going to do something, like I do it, you know, like I don't try to procrastinate it or anything. I just get up and go handle it right there. So if I wouldn't do that, I think I would be in a tough spot, you know, because it's easy to be like, let things bother you or stuff like that. And I always tried to avoid that in life. I used to be a big runner. Like I could run. I can run far and fast, and I was a huge runner. But my upper body would just shrivel up. So I would focus on running and never lower body, skip leg day all the time, and always focus on running. And then I would just work my upper body. Well, then I started working my lower body. Then I start getting injuries, and I'm like, so it's always a balance of that. But I work full body for every week. So I wouldn't say I focus on anything. I don't run as much as I used to, just because I'm old and I hurt now, you know?
You hurt.
Yeah.
I hurt.
Yeah.
I
hurt.
I remember you telling me a lot of fitness tips and stuff when I signed up for the Murph.
Oh, yeah.
Which I probably would not have done
Snaps to
ever
that.
if
Yeah.
we did not
Really
do
did
that,
that.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I
Shout
think
out to
there's so
Dalton
many-
and Angela. They really helped our team.
Yeah.
Dalton and Angela.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Yeah. No, I think I would never say I was a fitness like guru or anything, but I always hated having people
Sorry,
give me
Steve.
you're fine. Give me fitness tips that I looked at and were like, how are you giving me fitness tips? So I
Yeah.
would never want somebody to
Yeah.
do that. But if I could help anybody with something, I would always. I think the first thing is to break through the threshold of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like that's the very first thing you have to do in everything you do in life. You
Yeah.
know,
You're
just
right.
be like, I can do it.
Mm-hmm. Half of the battle is the mental battle.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
To
it.
get your body to physically do what you want it
Yeah,
to do.
because if
Very
you
is.
tell yourself, "Oh, I'm sick," or "I'm injured," or
Mhm.
any of this stuff, you'll go right down that road. You
Yeah.
know, of just being like, "Well, I can't do it today," you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and then Cheeto bag just
Not the
Yeah.
Cheeto bag.
yeah.
We'll take a quick intermission and then we'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
With more questions.
Wait, Steve, who is our episode sponsored by today?
Who's our sponsor?
Moose Roofing.
I guess.
Moose Roofing and
Moose
Hot
Vision.
Cheetos.
and
And
Moose
MooseVision.
and
MooseVision.
MooseVision.
There
Yep.
you go.
Moose Roofing and MooseVision.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
At Moose Roofing, we know a solid roof means one less worry. And that's what we're here to deliver. With the latest tools and technology, we'll help you feel confident in every decision you make. From a service repair to a full roof replacement, our team delivers with the same dedication and attention we'd give our own homes. Start your roof journey with Moose Roofing.
What a pain.
Yep.
Technology.
Yeah, that's
Is
the
it-
problem with it.
We
It's
love
like computers
technology.
running. Ugh.
We love it, but when it doesn't work, we hate it.
Mm-hmm.
What a great ad.
Wow, I wonder who put that one together. This girl right here. Snaps for Cindy.
Snaps. So getting back into it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
I
yeah,
know.
welcome back.
Welcome back. You had an interesting interview from what I hear.
Oh,
Yeah. And
let's hear about this interview.
Yeah,
Actually,
let's hear it
Josie was
from-
in the interview.
yeah.
I was in Steve's interview.
Mhm.
It was
How
a
was that?
blessing.
Yeah.
Well, first it was me, Danny, and I always forget her name. Emily.
Amy.
Emily.
Oh yeah.
Emily at
I-
the time.
yep.
It was before she left for
Yep.
her new job. And I remember Dalton being like, "This is Steve." We didn't really know like where you were gonna be yet,
Yeah.
but we just knew that Dalton wanted something for you here because
Yeah.
he knew how great you were.
Yeah.
And so we were like, "So what position is he interviewing for?"
Who said that?
I
Dalton.
think no, I
Oh.
think Danny asked.
Oh.
Oh, Danny asked.
And then it was like, we don't really know yet. And we're like, so we're just feeling out the vibe. And then I remember him saying like, and remember he hasn't been in a non-military interview in 24 years.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, great. How's this?
This could be bad.
This could be bad.
Mhm.
This could be bad. And then
Yeah.
I remember you walked in, see. I already told Cindy about this.
Just spit it out.
I'm sorry.
the beret.
The beret. The beret. I've never seen you wear a beret besides that day.
A beret.
Is that not what it is? The hat
Oh.
that you do you remember?
I would have wore it in here today.
I've
Oh.
never seen you wear it besides that
I
one
wear
day.
one all the time. It's not a beret. That's like
Wait, what is
that's
it?
like the old golfer hat. You know, like like they call them like wood strands or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
I was gonna wear it today because I wear one
Were
all the
you
time.
actually going
Yeah.
to? I would have died.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen you wear it
Oh,
besides
man,
that
in the
day.
winter I wear them all the time.
Hmm.
It was just March, so it was starting
Yeah.
to get towards the end of winter.
We just caught like the last day of you
Yeah.
wearing that.
Yeah.
So what led to that choice of?
Well, from wearing them hats. You know what? That is a great question because they're called like, gosh, I'll think of it. Okay, here in a
Okay,
minute.
well,
But
I thought it was a beret.
no,
French
a beret was like I wore a beret for 24 years because airborne have these maroon berets that they wear.
Yeah, I've seen
So
those,
I wore a maroon beret forever, and I'm like, man, I don't remember wearing a beret that day. I wasn't in a uniform. And then, but yeah, I'll think of what they call them. But yeah, they, my brother and my dad have always wore these like old school wool hats that had these little earmuffs that would pull down on them, and they were just all the ranchers out in western Nebraska and that would always wear them. And I was like, I thought they were so ugly, like trapper hats they called them. And so I saw this one like, geez, I don't know, like 20 years ago, and I was like, man, nobody wears these. I'm wearing this thing. And I got a lot of grief for a long time over them. Now they're everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
I've only ever seen them on your head.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, I have like 10 different colors. I wear them all the time.
Can you wear one on Monday?
Yeah, you bet.
Okay.
I have one in my office.
Oh.
No way.
Yeah, I brought it in because I was like, I'm not doing any of this stuff without wearing that hat. Because I wear it coyote hunting. I wear it to do everything.
Yeah.
But
That's
it
hilarious.
is like 120 degrees out. So.
Yeah, that's
so
true. That's
Steve
true.
Hawkins.
Yep, has his funny hat on. Yeah.
How was
Anyway.
Well, I knew you traveled a lot, like,
Yeah.
because you were in the military for 24 years. So I was
Yeah.
like, maybe he just like really took on that. If he was in like Paris, and, like that French culture, and he just really embraced.
Well,
that.
it just doesn't look good if you dress up
in American
and you
clothing.
just throw a freaking baseball cap on, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
so
true.
it looks like crap. So I always I have like nice dress ones that I would wear.
That's
you know?
true. That's true.
So
Yeah.
But I just wanted to bring up the hat because I've never seen you wear it ever since
Wow.
then. So I was like, was that a disguise?
Just one
Was
time.
that actually Steve? Was that a one-time thing?
Nope, I'll be wearing that. Don't you
Did
worry when
you-
it gets cold.
Did you know what you were coming in for?
No,
Like, in terms
let's
of like.
talk about that. That's a great thing to talk about. So let's see. So I got out of the military in like January, February timeframe, and I had a bunch of leave. So I hunted for jobs and stuff, and I was working at INS, and immigrations, and I hated it.
I remember you saying that. In your
It
interview.
was. I'll just leave it at that. Give all the props in the world to people that work at INS. It is a thankless, and it is a job where you sit in a cubicle and run paperwork all day. And I'm just not for me at all.
Yeah.
So some people can handle it. I couldn't do it. Like all the people I worked with, great people. Everything I did, awesome. Like they were around me, like the bosses there and everything were just. But I could not do the job. Like I would rather dig holes all day and fill them in than I would do that. So Dalton, I text Dalton one day and asked him how everything was going because I knew he was talking about getting out and stuff. He's like, hey, everything's fine. How are you? And I'm like, I work at the INS, but I really don't like it, you know? And he's like, well, what do you think about coming and working for Moose, you know? And he's like, you're an operations guy, which I did in the military forever, you know? And so he's like, the way that EOS lays things out, operations is a huge piece of that. And I was like, hey, my big thing is I don't want to be in charge of stuff, you know? Like, I just don't want to be in charge of things. Like, I'll work. I don't have to work. I'm retired. I make good money.
Right.
I just, you know, but I want to keep my mind busy. And so I was like, and he's like, it's a good job and you'll be working with me and a couple other military guys. And that was like the big thing. I wanted to get back into with military guys because they're just like, they have that different way they work through things. And then like, they also have insight on how they got out and dealt with certain things and stuff like that. So I really wanted to have that with them as well. And he was like, so he said, hey, if you got time, you can come in and meet some people on this day. And he's like, the night before, he said, hey, there'll just be a small interview. It's just kind of like a questionnaire thing. No big deal. I was like, okay. And he sends me the website and he's like, do you know anything about, you know, Moose roofing or anything? And I was like, oh, no, I don't know anything about roofing, you know, but I know about Moose and I know about the website because I use Moose for my house. So I had him come out and do everything. I called Dalton like a year and a half ago before that, you know, to do my roof. So, so I was familiar with, you know, the website and stuff, but things had changed and everything. But I didn't have any idea about like the questions that were on there and all that stuff.
It's an intense interview process.
It was. And like I thought it was just Dalton asking me questions. Like Dalton's worked with me for he saw me for 15 years. You know, so I was like, God, why would he ask me questions? He knows what I can do. You know.
Yeah.
And so then walking in there and it's being like 2 females and a male. I don't have any idea who these people are or anything. And it was like a full-on interview. And I'm like, how do I get these into civilian terms? And I'm like, I can't. I have zero civilian background. I don't. I dug ditches and, you know, worked on water rigs and stuff like that, you know, but.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah.
So what was your first like impression? Like, I know you wanted to work with a lot of military and stuff like you said. Like, what was your first impressions of like me and Cindy in the media department? Like, because when you think of a roofing company, we know that
You don't think of a media department.
I had no
And then
idea.
us.
Yeah. For a while, I had no idea what you guys did. But I was also a guy that was like, hey, here's your lane. Go get your job done. So I just did that. And then when I was like, they work on media. And then Cindy walks around with her head down a lot. She doesn't say a lot to people, especially if she doesn't know you at all. She's very like quiet and meek and shy.
I only go to people if I have something.
Right, that's it. Like you're very
There's
like
purpose.
set. Yeah.
Yeah. Like my.
And Josie is not. She is very loud and boisterous and everybody knows when she's in a room. So to me it was like, holy cows, them two opposites but are in the same room together. So I always just stayed back from a distance and would watch you guys like, and I'm like, man, what the heck is going on? And then I think it was like, we spent time on the golf course and then working with MooseVision and we become like, you know, more like understand
more
each other. And yeah.
Yeah. Because you're technically my boss.
Oh,
Technically.
wow.
With MooseVision.
Oh, with MooseVision.
Yeah.
I was like, no. And that's why I was like, I don't want to be anybody's boss, but then that like, and I also know like I have skill sets that help me get along with certain things like that. And I think one big thing is like people like to be like, well, I'm a boss, and it's like, man, being a boss is the worst job in the world. It really is. Like there's no amount of money or anything like that deals with that, because every bad news or good news. You have to give it, you know, and it's just, it's terrible, you know? And I think I have learned over all my years of being somebody's boss that there are certain ways to do things, you know, and especially like I had to really reach into my tool bag to work at a roofing company and do that, because you're dealing with people that their lives aren't on the line. So it's not like I don't have to be a complete crazy man about like, hey, you see the fire in my eyes. It's because the amount of combat I've seen. So that's why I need you to do this. Here it's like, hey, man, could you put your seatbelt on? I would really appreciate if you would stay off your phone while you're driving, because it gives me 13 messages that, you know, and even then they're like, oh, God. And I'm like, man, I'm not trying to, I just, I don't want to see a crash. And if you crash and you're on your phone, you'll pay for the damage, you know? And I don't want to see that. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Wait. Is Cindy's car set up with the
Nope
camera thing? Oh, good.
Nope.
I
Samsara.
was singing.
Everything is gonna be set up with
the other day.
Samsara, and it would only catch you. It would only give me a clip if you did something wrong.
Oh,
so if I was just
singing away, blew a stop sign at 15 miles an hour, boom! It would send me you singing, like a 10-second clip. Of you singing, then yelling at you about, hey, you just blew a stop sign, and then 10 seconds afterwards. So.
Gets a text message from Steve, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just really in tune with this concert in my head right now.
this.
I've been, like, singing really quietly, because I'm just like...
Well, you'll forget it's even...
You're like, are they listening?
Yeah. It'll tell you instantly. If we, like, click on a vehicle, and we zoom in to look at you on that, like, I can click on the vehicle, and then click on the driver view, and it'll tell
like,
you that
hey.
you're being recorded. And so you'll know I'm looking at you right then.
Be like, hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve, you weirdo. Yeah.
Did I do something wrong? Because the recording started. I swear I didn't.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like speaking of, because Josie mentioned how like opposites attract, and we're in the same room. So
Yeah.
like, how are you with like Dalton and Maribeth being in that same office?
Yeah. So Dalton and I have known each other for like 15 years, and so he saw like everything, the ups and downs, and he's been around for a long, long time. I was one of his mentors throughout his time of being in the military and stuff. And Mary Beth was on the opposite side of that, of being like a teacher and all
Yeah,
these things.
yeah.
But like, I mean, I think what one person doesn't have in that room, somebody else has in that room. So it's always like, you know, and Mary Beth is very good about like listening to what is happening and then giving you her, you know, some like insight on, hey, I would do it this way or do something like
Yeah.
that. And so it's nice having Mary Beth around for that. But Dalton and I, we know the answer that's going to come out of each other's mouths, you know, because we've been
Yeah.
around each other for so long, you know.
So pretty much Maribeth just like adds the new stuff.
Yeah. She's the new one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, for like, when it comes to like work ethic and thought process on stuff, we're all three of us think very much the same towards that. So,
Well, that's good if you're all in systems. 'Cause
Yeah.
You want to be
Yeah.
working towards the same
yeah.
Goal. Yeah.
same
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's been like the most enjoyable part of your job?
Well, I drive an hour and a half to work one way every single day. And so
Dang.
I really do love it here. I wouldn't do that if
Yeah.
I didn't, you know.
Yeah.
I enjoy like I just enjoy like being around everybody, you know? Like for the most part, there's not a lot of poopy faces around here. You know, for the most part, people aren't like angry or upset or anything
Yeah.
like that. And if they are, they don't last very long, you know?
Yeah.
So everybody's like very happy and for the most part, you know?
Yeah.
I know people have their struggles and stuff, but I like that about it, you know? Every single day somebody's, hey Steve, or fist bumping me, or you know, hey Steve, I need you to do this weird dance on TikTok.
I need you to mop the floor.
Yeah, hey, can you mop the floor? Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah. So, but I do. I couldn't say. I wouldn't pinpoint one thing. I would just say like I enjoy what Pat Moose stands for and this company. Like I think Pat Moose said that he built this company so that he could help people. And you know, it flourished from there, and it's given him a platform to be able to help people that he, you know, that don't have that ability. And I couldn't ask to work for somebody, you know, that has that in any better, you know, like a better person than that. Like that's what my outlook was on things. Like when I got out of the military, I really wanted to look at maybe helping like kids at Boys Town or something like that. And then I just was like, man, I don't know if I'm, you know, I trained tens of thousands of soldiers to, you know, make it through combat or go through ranger school or snipers or something, you know. So then I was like, man, maybe that's not for me, you know. But to have a platform that I can help people at, you know. And I did the COC job here for, well, I still am working it, but I've been doing that, which, you know, in turn that comes around to a lot of nonprofit organizations that come out, and we've been doing a lot of work with military nonprofits this year. So 50 Mile March and At Ease and all these different ones, you know, that have really like, and they all like are huge for the military guys that get out with their problems, you know, post-traumatic stress and mental health issues and all that stuff that plagues the military, you know, and it truly is, it's combat orientated that does that to people, you know. So I love them programs that are out there helping these young soldiers and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And the 50 Mile March is coming up
Yeah,
soon.
at the
Yeah,
time of
next-
this recording, it's next week.
Yeah, next week. Yeah. Gosh.
Is that
Crazy.
just like a Nebraska thing, or is that something that's...
Nope, it's only Nebraska so far. They're trying to get it in multiple states and get that out
I'm
there.
sure that
It'll come.
it'll come.
Yeah.
Yep, it will. Yeah, it does very well for.
Well, even like the amount like of people who march and money that they've raised over the last couple of years has like, it's so crazy.
Skyrocketed,
Like
yeah.
how
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And what they're gonna do for vets, and they do it anyway, but what they have, their outlook is amazing. You
Yeah.
know, like I mean, the buildings they're gonna build and the places that these homeless vets are going to be able to go to, or vets that having problems at home can go to for a while until they can get. That's just crazy, to me, because I mean, post-traumatic stress is it's a cancer. It's something that is uncontrollable and people don't understand it. They don't have it or been around it, it just unleashes anger and anxiety and stuff that people can't deal with, and then they don't sleep. So then it goes down that even more fatal road, of an average guy that sleeps 3 hours a night to a person that can sleep 8 hours a night. And then when his stress level rise, it goes right into, anger and anxiety and anxious, and everything starts to fall apart on him. And so to have a place out there, because pride's a huge thing for military people. So your pride is pretty much everything. It's what got you through the hard times and stuff. But so having a place out there like that to help these soldiers and won't say anything is pretty awesome. You know?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Excited.
All right, shall we get into our favorite game?
Yeah.
The Whisper Challenge.
Okay.
And do you need a little recap on how that goes?
Yeah, you might want to tell me real quick again.
Just in case.
You're blaring loud music in my ears, and then one of you guys are going to talk, and then I have to answer the question, or I have to say what you said?
Answer the question that you thought you heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or you assumed you heard.
Okay.
I mean, you can repeat the question you think you heard. But,
Yeah.
But the goal is
the
to
goal
try
is
to answer
the
it.
question.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So there's that for you.
What song? What music do you like, Steve?
Yeah. What are you into?
I like grunge.
Grunge?
Yeah, like 90s,
who's
2000 grunge.
Like punk rock?
Yeah.
And all that? No way.
Yeah, like I really like Matchbox 20 and Weezer and
Nice.
You should play. Go ahead.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I
Right,
grew up
yeah.
with country and everything,
Yeah.
and I like 90s rap, but I'll listen to about anything.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry. Put me in timeout for interrupting you.
No worries. What were we gonna say?
You should play 3 a.m. by Matchbox 20.
Okay.
Do you like that one?
Yeah, that's a great
Is
song.
Is that one a
Who's
pretty
the
loud
first?
song?
Who's the first one that's gonna ask the questions?
I don't know. Me? You want me to?
You can
Okay,
start.
I will.
Okay,
Okay.
First, we got to make sure that it's loud enough and you can't hear me.
it's loud.
It's loud. Can you hear me?
No.
But you can read my lips. Okay. Okay. Question 1.
First question.
How many times have you jumped out of a plane?
One more time.
How many times have you jumped out of a plane?
I have no idea what you just said because you're smiling and it like cups your lips, and then you're like,
How many times have you jumped out of a plane?
97.
Who's your favorite child?
I think he heard that one. Or not.
I think you said who's my favorite chef, and
To everyone out there, I hope you're not wearing your headphones when you load.
that's a tough one. I don't know that I really. Gordon Ramsay.
Okay.
That's the only chef I know.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy mopping the floor?
I missed what you said there. I'm trying to like repeat it in my head, but one more time.
Do you enjoy mopping the floor?
Something for, but yes.
Oh. Okay.
Hey.
Who's your favorite coworker?
I'll throw one out to my boy Travis. He's my favorite.
What's one thing you miss about the military?
I can hear the music.
Me too.
I'm not sure. I can kind of catch what you're saying and then I lose it.
What's one thing you miss about the military?
I thought you said, what do you think about the stars above? But I like them. They're
You
beautiful.
like them?
Yeah.
They're beautiful? Okay, perfect.
What's your favorite place you've traveled to? You've heard that one.
Probably. I really liked Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. I thought they were cool.
The hat feels fitting now.
The hat.
Sorry, that wasn't a question. We were just talking. What's your go-to machine at the gym?
I thought you said something about going to the gym, so I'm just gonna say 5 days a week.
Okay.
What does that say? Oh. That's a long question. Should I shorten it or should I just read that? Okay, I'll read it like this and then if not, I can shorten it out. Okay. What's the amount of push-ups in a row you can do?
You'll have to do that one more time.
How many push-ups in a row can you do? I think he knows.
65
In a row?
without stopping.
In a row? Nice.
Would you
Without stopping.
without
Yeah.
stopping?
Gotcha.
Would you go bald tomorrow?
One more time.
Would you go bald tomorrow?
My bulletin board is in my office.
Will you wear the beret again?
One more time.
Will you wear the beret again?
I've never got a bouquet before. No.
No, I have one more. I have
you
one
have
more.
one more?
I have
Okay.
one more. No celebrity crush.
Oh, yeah.
Who's your celebrity crush?
One more time.
Who's your celebrity crush?
Yes.
Yes?
I thought you said that. Am I gonna finish college? Yeah.
Okay, take it off. You weren't loud at all.
I wasn't.
No.
I felt like I was yelling.
No,
I think
you
you're
did good.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did good. Good job.
Any last remarks, Josie, Steve, as we end our
Journey.
episode, our journey? No?
Steve,
Yeah, what are you, do you have
what do you
any-
want to say to the
think-
people?
Yeah, like what are your last remarks?
Oh, I
It's
like to.
The floor is yours.
Shout out. Who do you want to shout out right
Yeah,
now?
Do you think your kids will watch this?
Yeah,
I don't know. I
Are you
hope
gonna
so.
Are you gonna send it
Give
to
one
them?
out to
watch
Tristan
it?
and Addie. Shout out to them too.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out.
They'll probably. I mean, they're both gonna sit there and be like, "Oh my God, Dad." You know? Actually, Addie will. Tristan, he'll be like, "Oh, that's cool." He'll be sending it out to his friends. So.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But
Sharing is caring.
Yep.
yeah,
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
no, I
No.
agree. No, I don't.
I feel like
I
we-
appreciate you guys having me on. So
Of
Yeah,
course.
thanks
I
for
think I got
coming
through
on.
some things. So
Oh, of course, you had plenty of stories to share. We
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Everyone comment below a
the-
gun emoji if you finish this episode.
I don't think they have a gun emoji.
Oh. I mean,
I think so. They have one.
No, they have it's a water squirt gun.
Yes,
water
that's
squirt
right.
gun.
Comment the water
Water
squirt
squirt.
gun
Mhm.
below if you've made it to the end of the episode. And if you think that if you want to see a photo of Steve with the hat, comment below. Because we'll get a photo of that.
And I'll make that happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Oh,
Anyway.
where to follow us?
yeah.
What do we do without?
I know. What are we doing right now without? you
Yeah,
know who?
without you know who.
Yeah.
This is our second episode recording without
Yeah.
him.
How
So.
do you think we're doing?
I think you guys are doing well. Very well.
You think?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, you guys feed off each other very well.
Yeah.
We try our best.
Don't
Okay,
forget
we're-
about MooseVision, though.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Where can they find MooseVision?
You can find it on Instagram. You can find it on
Talk
Facebook.
to the people. They're here. They're looking at you,
You
here.
can find it
No,
on
it's-
TikTok. We're working. You can put in MooseVision on it, just in there, and it'll pop up. You'll see an LED truck if you put MooseVision in Nebraska.
Mhm.
So
Perfect.
put it in.
Put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put in MooseVision.
If you were what am I saying? It's Friday.
It's Friday,
If
and we don't
you-
have a brain.
Or if you or you. Okay.
If you know someone
If
who,
you or you know someone
yeah,
that has like a business or an event that they would like to get more exposure from,
You bet.
or
Yeah.
share
Anything.
messages.
Yeah. I
on,
mean, a birthday,
shout outs.
golf course, a golf event, anything. Yeah.
Anything,
We'll,
yeah.
we'll throw it on there. Throw it
Yeah.
on the truck.
So
Yeah.
make sure to reach out to us.
Yeah.
And where you can find MooseCast is on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And then you can find us also on Spotify and then YouTube at MooseRoofing. You can see all that below. A Danny update.
Oh yeah. What's he up to?
What's Danny up to?
I think he's in. He's headed to Texas.
Make something up.
Oh. Danny is actually in a hot air balloon this
Oh, wow.
month. Yeah. He's been going around he was dropping presents over, like, I don't even know. I think it was like Ireland or something.
Is he like the
talking
new
about.
Santa Claus of the summer?
Yeah, but he doesn't have enough gray, so
Oh.
that's why they put him in the hot air balloon.
Because he hasn't upgraded to the reindeer and
No,
sleigh yet.
yeah. Once he
Yeah.
gets the gray, then he'll get reindeer.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. I also heard he might be starring in the next Fast and Furious movie.
I could
So,
see that. Yeah.
Be on the lookout for that.
Fast and Furious 15.
13, I think, or yeah, it might be 15.
Yeah. I also heard that. Wait, what did you hear? Didn't you hear something from him?
He's trying to become the next Master Chef.
Oh,
Oh wow.
he has big aspirations.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very ambitious.
He's got a
Yeah.
lot of stuff going on.
Oh
Yeah.
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 And like as I said in the last update, he is trying to become an influencer. Say it with a straight face. The influencer, he's doing great. He has upgraded from Alex Earl, and he's actually going to be on Theo Vaughn's podcast next week.
So,
So make
congrats.
sure you guys go check that out.
Mhm. But other than
Wow.
that,
He's
I
got
know.
a lot on his plate these days.
Yeah.
No wonder he's not here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a busy guy. I
Yeah.
mean, hard to track down, especially
Mhm.
when you're in a hot air balloon.
Yeah. I mean, but it's for a good cause.
of
You know?
course.
What is the cause?
For small children in Zimbabwe.
Okay, that's all we have for the Danny update.
Yes.
Until
But-
next time.
Until next time, as always, I've been Cindy.
Ben Josie.
And I've been Steve.
See you on the next.
Smooches.
Smooches.
Love ya.
Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Woo.